Good morning. I just need to type out my message. All right, there we go. All right, I believe I got everything set up. So we're going to be starting a new page today, a Christmas page. Good morning, Sherry. How are you? Is it cold there in Northern California? Assuming just a touch. Our current temperature is probably about 25. We had a little bit of snow yesterday, but it did not accumulate, so it's all gone now. But okay, so I'm going to do one of these pages for Christmas. I didn't really have like a super good Christmas page, but 23 degrees. Whew. Now, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing on this page. Let me see about the Zoom. I think I'm just going to start working on where these gifts are. So I'm just trying to figure out a little bit of camera position. Maybe like that. It's a little bit dark. Okay, I don't really know what to do about that because I got my brightest light turned on it just like always. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Could it just be because it's a somewhat of a grayscale? Okay, thank you. It looks a little bit blurry on my end, I can say that. The paper does look a little bit. I'm going to grab another book. Let's compare the paper. This is a book I just colored out of. It does look like the paper is a little more white, doesn't it? It looks brighter. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's the paper. Because it's a grayscale, I guess. Maybe once I start putting some color on here, that will help. I'm just wondering how much do I actually need to zoom in? Not a whole lot, I don't think. I think we can work on it like this. And just like normal, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to be using some blues. All right, as long as you'll be able to see. I did pick out a few colors here just before I started, just so I would have to do at least one gift. All right, let's see what we can do here. I got 4 different colors of blue right here. I got Dodger blue, sky blue, light sky blue, and pale blue. Hi, view. How are you? Oh, view, are you cold? It's cold here too. I was going to ask you the other day, view. I mentioned that coloring page I had seen, the pink one with the sun and the moon, but I believe in that video you also was talking about an external microphone. Maybe you had started using an external microphone. Is that right? Can you tell me what kind of microphone that was? I'm going to start with this big package right here. I'm going to do it in blue. And I'm still trying to kind of figure out, learning about light and shadows and stuff like that. So I don't know where to put exactly. I'm just going to put some color in here, a little bit of color. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I also use an external microphone, so I'm curious as to what you're using, and I'll show you what I'm using. I don't really know where the light should be on this package, so I'm going to put a little bit of light just coming in this way. Just like that. Okay, view. Now that'll give me some idea of where the highlight is going to go. You know, I watched my last live stream. I watched it on my TV with the sound muted. I don't like hearing the sound of my own voice, but with the sound muted, I enjoyed watching that video. I'm gonna pull this shadow down just a little bit. Oh, well, thank you, Sherry. Some of it might be because I end up talking louder than what I really want to. I keep trying to like talk to you guys as if you're over there in my laptop, but you're really not. You're just right here in these microphones. So I keep talking louder. And I also have music in my ears. I have my earbuds in with music. So it could be that I'm trying to talk over the top of the music, which is probably a lot of the case. And I don't need to be. I was surprised I was able to finish that last speech in one day. Now, I'm not getting a lot of super coverage. Still can see a lot of white showing through there. Thank you, Sherry. Good morning, TK. How are you? All right, good. I'm glad that you're doing okay, TK. Now, I did not make it to Ollie's yet. I do think I'm going today, though. I noticed Casey sent me a message, but I'm live streaming. So, but there's a few things in this picture. I'm not exactly sure what they are yet. Right up here being one of those elements. I'm not sure exactly what this is hanging right here. Yeah, I may end up doing something like that. I can't tell if it's supposed to be the paper is peeled back, but it doesn't make sense. There's a ribbon, and then the same thing over here too. I don't know what this stuff is down here in the corner exactly, but I'll worry about that stuff when I get to it. Yeah, some of this, I just don't understand what that's supposed to be. 'Cause it has this part right here is what throws me off. Is this piece that comes hanging, flapping out right here. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I could just draw that straight down in there. That is not a bad idea. You're right. I do need a ruler. I have meant to buy one several times. I have not. Now there's a little line there. Now that will help me to hide that a little bit. This part's okay. This part is just part of this. The bow is taken loose because it's supposed to be sitting up here. So that's okay. That part I'll make it work. That's just the ribbon from this package that has been untied. And if you didn't see me put that little line there, you'd never know I put that little line there. It would just seem like it was always there. Thomas, we are coloring a Christmas tree. Let me show Thomas what we got here. There we go. Now, I may or may not color this little Christmas tree on this side. I don't know. Trying to get it pulled down a little bit. Let me change the camera just a little bit. Got my t-shirt. I don't like that. And we've got one blue package. I'll see if I can't make that a little bit darker though. All right, let's zoom back in. I have done that a couple of times. I actually have just used it like a page of a book or something. I do need to get me a ruler. Try to darken this up a little bit. I don't do a lot of grayscale. I did do a house, and I've done some things that I call partial grayscales, maybe. They're not like a true grayscale, but I've got to try to get this to darken up just a little bit. Not really darken up, but to fill in better. Too much paper showing through yet. And I am going to try to talk more softly. Like I was saying, I forget that the microphones are actually like right here. I don't have to talk very loud. Yeah, you know, TK, I was looking at this picture, like the Christmas tree. It's like I really don't have to color the Christmas tree. It looks pretty perfect the way it is. Like the only thing I could do for it is mess it up. Now, this This paper reminds me of the paper that was in the spider web. It's not the same, but it kind of reminds me of that because I see a lot of white coming through the color. And I'm not going to get stressed out like I did on the spider web page. I'm going to have to go over this a couple times though to get the intensity that we're looking for in our blue here. Sherry, are you coloring on something this morning? I don't believe I asked you that yet. What about you, TK? Hi, Brittany. I believe this is Amazon paper. Yes, Sherry. It's a little harder to color on. Brittany, how are you? Oh, I don't know anything about the Roku, those Roku sticks or anything like that. So I certainly can't give you any advice on that, Brittany. Not that you were asking for advice, but I'm just saying. Oh, you're still trying to finish up that page, Sherry? Well, that's a little bit unusual for you, isn't it, Sherry? Hey, Billy Goat, how's it going? How are you this morning? Well, I think that is the first one. Can't really make them, can't really make it any darker. Well, I mean, not darker in shade, but just more intense. Well, I have been up for several hours at this point. Add a little bit more blue on here. Fifteen till 7. All right, I think that's good enough for that package. Speaking of packages, I should get a package on Monday. Now, let's see. I do have my Prisma colored black, just so I can use it for getting a little bit of shadows. I gotta move my laptop a little bit, guys. I'm having trouble reading it this morning. I can't tell, I don't know exactly why. What parts of California are you in, Billy Goat? Oh, okay, Brittany. Well, I hope you get that figured out. I've never used one of those kinds of things before. I do have a son-in-law who has mentioned the Roku stick. Oh, the Stockton area. I never lived up north in California. I'm trying to decide if this is going to be good enough. I think so. I'm going to overdo it if I'm not careful. I'll do it more than I want to. Now, I'm going to slide this paper down instead of turning the camera. I'm going to pull the page down. Maybe we can get on camera. Now, Sherry, just how far north of Big Sur are you? Oh, it's not smoke capital? We're going to put another, I'm going to use this same blue up here since we're a little bit separated. Make this kind of light blue up here. All right, so you're up there quite a ways north of, well, I mean, I knew you were north, but I wasn't really sure in relationship. But that's still quite a bit because Monterey is really considered more central, isn't it? Now, I don't know what I'm doing with this ribbon yet, so I'm just going to leave it for now. Right, that's what I was thinking, Sherry. Because I used to always think of that area as Northern California when it really isn't. The Monterey Bay is central. Let's see, let me turn my camera just a little bit here, guys. I'm having trouble keeping the book in the same position. It keeps wanting to move just a little bit. This book is real tall, so the top edge will be banged up against everything else, and the bottom edge is sticking off the edge of my table. I think that's on camera right there. And pull it down just a little bit more, about like that. Oh, I have a few, Billy. Of course, they're upside down. This one you can't really see because it's partially covered up, mostly covered up. Oh, sorry. You couldn't see that one. I didn't really get it on camera. Now, let me see here. I have a few. I think, 7 tattoos. Do you guys ever have to pick your book up and curl the page like I'm doing right now, just so you can reach it? Oh, you have to do that too? I have to do that every once in a while. I have to curl the book so I can reach the page. Oh, that's pretty cool, Billy Goat. Shoot, I can't afford sleeves. I'd like to have a full back piece, but I can't afford that kind of stuff, so I don't have any back tattoos. I've got them on my arms, a couple on my legs, none on my chest or my back. Oh, I wish I could afford it. Yeah, if I could afford it, I'd probably have sleeves, that's for sure. One of my tattoos I have done, a friend of mine did it with a needle and thread. And that one wraps all the way around one of my ankles. Oh, okay, Billy Goat, those sound cool. I have a tattoo that I designed myself, and a friend of mine tattooed it on my leg. It's pretty cool. Oh, I don't believe I've heard of those. Now, when I first started getting tattoos, I could have gotten in trouble because I was in the military and it was illegal to get tattoos. But they didn't really didn't enforce it, thankfully. Oh, okay, Billy Goat. I have to restart mine every once in a while too. That's YouTube. It's in the rendering, I think. YouTube's rendering. I really didn't even count to see how much my own lag is today. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad. 7. 7 or 8. It's usually around 5 or 6. Now, my thought is that when I get done today, I'll take a picture and change out the thumbnail from the one I have for this particular page and put a picture of whatever finished progress I've made up to that point. What do you guys think about that? Or should I have a thumbnail at the starting point? Let's see if I can get around here. Now I'll come back and do the bows. So I have no idea what I want to do with the bows right now. I have uh, I have not watched live TV in many years now. I could watch some live TV through streaming apps, but I basically just watch YouTube. Every once in a while, I'll watch something else, but not very often. You have red skies? Oh, sunrise. Red sky in the morning, sailor take warning? Is that what it says? I think that's what I've heard. Okay, TK. Yeah, you might have to just reload the page. I'm not sure. Yeah, the lag on my end is about 8 seconds, and there's no way for me to figure out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Sherry. Hi, Lori. How are you? How's your day going, Lori? Well, thank you, Lori. I'll zoom out here in just a minute and show it to you, the full page. Really just getting started here. I don't really know what I'm doing. I say that every time, but it's true. I think I am starting to learn a little bit about shading. If I could stop hitting my glasses on the edge of my camera. That's okay, Lori. I appreciate it when you stop by when you have the opportunity. Let me finish this right here, Lori. I'll zoom out so you can see the full page of what we're doing. So let me zoom out. So I haven't got that much done. Just kind of experimenting and seeing. I need to put me a piece of bright tape right on the edge of this table. That way I can see it on camera and I actually know when the camera is at the edge of my table because I can just barely see my hand. I don't want to be able to see off the edge of that table with the camera. I'm having trouble getting it. There we go. Just like that. That's what I was thinking, Lori, that I could use the grayscale pictures and it'll help me learn more about shadows, shading, and highlights and stuff. My mat keeps moving. That's one issue I'm having. Well, thank you, Lori. Let me zoom back in here. Well, thank you, Sherry. I think we have a ways to go to finish. Oh my goodness. All right, let's zoom back in a little bit. Let me see. Push my book forward instead of moving the camera. If I can push it a little bit. Now, Sherry, that's a good idea too, to get some double-edged tape where so I can actually, then I could actually tape this right to the edge of the table, and then I would know on camera where the edge of the table was. That's a good idea, some double-edged tape. Now this book I have to have, see the problem is when I start zooming in, I have to keep moving the camera so much. That's when I end up getting it off the edge of the table and stuff because I have to keep moving it. Now I've got to come up with other colors. Let me see. Maybe I can find some. Now you guys can't see real well, but the wrapping paper on these packages, they do have designs on them. But they're so faint and tiny I can't tell what they are, so I won't be coloring the designs. I'll just be coloring over them. Let's see what we can do here. I've got a bright purple, and a normal purple, and then maybe I can find a light purple. Would that be possible? Here's a pale purple. A light wisteria. Let me see. Light orchid. I don't see any like light purple. Lots of orchid. So we may do a package in orchid at some point. Purplish red. Well, I don't guess I have a light purple. I don't really want to go with pink, so we'll just, I'll just go with what I have. It's okay. Hi, Amy. How are you? Lori, I am using my Color. It's really my favorite pencil, Color. Kind of hard to read that on there, I think, because of the shadow, but it is my Colors. Now I've got to swatch these colors just to make sure they're going to work, guys. I normally do that off camera, but we can pull this over here. Now, here's something I normally do. Well, I shouldn't say normally, but this is one thing I like about this book. I can just take a page out of it, like this, and then I can take this page that I've colored on and just stick it back in the book. Now, originally what I was going to do was I was going to write the information like what page I colored with these colors, but I didn't end up doing it that way. And then I just put this right on top. And then at least for this picture, I'll know that everything I swatched on here is for this picture. But I did decide that was going to waste a lot of... I like it. It works. Well, I wish I had something much lighter. I wonder what this will look like. Yeah, that's a lilac. I can use that as like a highlight color. Let's see, I need to text message Casey right quick. She's been messaging me, want to know what time I want to go to town. She does know I live stream in the mornings. There, I sent her a message to let her know what time I would want to go out this afternoon. Alexa, turn the heat off. Now I had to turn my heat off, it got too hot. Okay, I think I can use those colors. I'll be okay with those. Now I think I got to turn my fan on. I left my heat on just a little bit too long. All right, now let's see here. I'm just going to give it a little bit of highlight right up here. No, I'm not. I don't know. Can you guys see that very good? I think maybe I better zoom in just a little bit more, huh? I don't think you guys can see that all that good. Now let me move my camera just a touch more. Well, I try to move it just a little bit and I don't move it enough. If I move it more than I want to, I'm way too much. There we go. Why is it crooked? Thank you, Lori. So what do you think, guys? Should I have the thumbnail for the live stream to be where the page begins or where it ends for that particular live stream? Like right now, this picture is like at the beginning in the live stream, nothing colored. But should I change that? What do you guys think? Okay, Lori. Yeah, I was thinking I might show it at the end. So the thumbnail reflects where we ended for the day. Okay, Sherry. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show where we're starting that live stream. That way I can just I can do one thumbnail. Yeah, if you are you uh are you doing live from a cell phone, Lori? Yeah, that's why it automatic will just use your profile picture if you're live streaming from a mobile device. Oh, just show the book and not the picture itself. Good morning, Dee Dee. How are you? Yeah, it's cold here too, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, your birthday present will be here Monday. Woohoo! I said your birthday present will be here Monday. I just hope I get what I wanted. Hi, Bamboo. Thank you. Oh, you get to go pick up your mom's car and drop off your dad's truck. Okay. Well, at least I'm glad you're getting the car back. Bamboo, how are you? I am doing good this morning. Thank you. I'm trying to make myself talk a little more quietly. Now I need to see if I can get this to fill in just a little bit more. Too much white showing through the paper or throwing through the color. Now we'll come back and do ribbons a little bit later because I don't know what some of this stuff is supposed to be. It's like really weird. I don't know why we have to have these weird things in these pictures, but we do. Okay, let me see. We need another color. We may do another purple package though. Well, I know we will because maybe we can put one of these purple ones up on the mantle. This the camera mount is so stiff, I have a hard time moving it. Hey JR, how's it going? I was looking up here to see if I could find one of these, which one might be the easiest to color. We have pages with designs on them here. So I'm trying to see which one of these do I want to take on because I don't exactly know what all these lines are for. So I guess maybe in this case I'm going to go for the one I can figure out the easiest. Which would be this one. Oh, JR, I think my FS25 is working again. Are you still having problems with yours? I had trouble on Monday. Monday night it would not let me on, wouldn't let me broadcast, but I got on there a couple times yesterday and I did not have any problems. So I think it might be fixed. So anyway, I will be playing Farming Simulator tonight instead of Jurassic World, since I've been having so much trouble getting on there. Hand warmers. I've never used those, but I have heard some people say they work pretty good. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome, Dee Dee. Maybe someday you'll be able to make that kind of upgrade. Oh, you found them. Awesome. All right, let's see what we got now. Don't have much done. Oh no, it just interrupted my live stream. I think we need to make this a little bit darker. Yeah, it came right back, thankfully. I noticed mine buffered for about a second and then it went out. So we didn't lose connection at least. All right, now I've got to figure out what do I want next. Let me see. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm looking for colors. Uh, red. Okay, I see somebody said red. Sherry. All right. So I'll put those greens right back over there. How do I choose which color? That is a very good question, JR, because I'm not very good at choosing colors. So I kind of just I pick a color and hope for the best. But I will show you something here in a second. Let's see. Sherry said reds. Okay, so we're going to do red, but this is how I decide what colors I'm going to use. I have to just basically pick a basic color, primary color, green. So now I just want to make sure my greens will actually kind of blend together. So there's an apple green. This one I have not sharpened yet. I want to see if I can use these together. I don't know if I can or not. I'll swatch those just from lightest to dark and see if they'll work. See, that's not going to work. So it's like one of these has more blue in it than, and these have more yellow in them. So those probably are not going to work. We want red. Red. All right, let's see what we can do with red. Let me see. Because we want something kind of bright. Here's one that looks kind of bright. Now I need a light color, something light colored. Here's a bright red. And I don't know what that color is. I'm just looking for different colors right now, guys. All right, here's a bright red. I don't even know how you pronounce this. Cochineal. I don't even know how that's pronounced. But that's a red. And then here's just a plain red. You guys probably can't see that too well. We'll zoom in a little bit. See, those all look pretty much the same to me. They all look pretty much the same, but here's red. Let's see if I can find a dark red and a light red. Maybe we can put dark pink. Now that dark pink looks darker than the red. All right, guys, I'm still looking for colors. Some colors are really hard for me. Reds, blues, greens, they're all hard for me to find what blends well. Here is a peach red. Hey, Reaper, how's it going? Now we'll put a peach red. Heated gloves. Oh, Reaper, you been sick? All right, well, I'm just going to use these three colors of red right here and see what we can do with it. So now let me see what I can do here. We'll zoom back in a little bit and tip back down. Well, actually, let's see. I think I'm going to do one of these up here. Let me see. Let's do this one up here. Give it a little bit of a light spot right up here like this. All right, JR. God bless you. Thank you for stopping by this morning. Have a great day. Now we'll come back and put the ribbons on these later, the bows, because I'll have to figure out what color, like ribbon and bows, I'm going to put on these things too. Trying to kind of figure out what this ribbon does down here. I don't always know what the line work is telling me, 'cause I don't always know what it's supposed to be. Whoops, I covered up part of the ribbon, colored over the top of it. Oh, I do too. Once I get that way, then it's like, oh, what am I doing here? Ordered a new phone case. Awesome. What brand? I always like using the OtterBox. Thank you, Reaper. That picture looks blurry. Is it blurry? Not blurry, okay. Lori, Sherry, what brand of phone case did you order? We'll come back up to the top for a minute. Every time I want to move my phone, I have to stand up and use two hands. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to do a little bit of let me see something here. Uh, Now I'll show you what I do. Oh yeah, I can't hardly handle a cell phone in my hand without it having a case on it because they're so thin. I always have this kind of case, an OtterBox. But then I always, let me show you, let me zoom back out. And then I always fix mine so I can put a key ring on it. I always fix mine. And then I can and then I fix mine. I always put like a key ring on mine, and then I can hook a lanyard to it and carry it around my neck. Or I can hook a keychain to it and carry it on my belt loop. So I've always done that with my OtterBoxes. Yeah, I like doing them that way. That way I can carry my phone just around my neck. Now, for the most part, I actually leave my phone at home when I go places. I leave my phone home. Only because it's a Wi-Fi phone. So if I don't go someplace where there's Wi-Fi, it's not going to do me any good anyway. Okay, I'm going to do some ribbon. I know, Sherry, that's what it is, isn't it? They don't do a good job of getting them closed back up again. I always did. When I was a kid, I could open a package and close it back up. You'd never even know it. All right, let's zoom back in a little bit, like that. I have never had an iPhone. I've been a Android person. Now we're gonna use some gold color up here on this ribbon. Now this may not show up real good on camera. I don't know. It's kind of a light color. Oh, you got 10 times zoom? That's pretty good. Oh, your new phone is smaller. You know, the camera phone that I bought that I'm using is actually a little bit smaller than my the cell phone. 2,000 pictures and videos. Oh my goodness. All right, I think that's going to be pretty good. I have an Android. Yeah, that's what mine is, Android. I've never had an Apple, an iPhone. All right, let's see where we're at, what we're looking like. I don't think I'm going to finish this picture in one day, guys, like the last one. I don't think that's going to happen. Let me see. That's looking pretty good. It's got a start. Let me see. I'm trying to think about what I want to maybe look at next. Maybe some stonework. Now we have, I wonder what I could do with this Christmas tree. What if we just brightened up some of it with an apple green? I don't really see even where it's supposed to be brightened though. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There we go, just a touch more. I'll look and see if I can't get a little bit of color on this tree. I probably want something much darker, but we have the dark color already. So I'm kind of wanting to just throw some lighter color in here, really. But I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm just going to do one little small area right here, just so I can look and see what it's going to look like. Yeah, I have a hard time handling really thin phones. I don't know if that tree showing up. Can you see this on camera? Reaper, at one time we all wanted cell phones that were as small as you could possibly make them. And as soon as they got like nice and small, we wanted bigger cell phones. I don't know if you guys can see this green or not. But I'm going to have to I'm going to put all the light color on here, and then I will add a little bit of some shading. Oh, okay, Reaper. I have an Android Note 10. Actually, it's a Note 10 Plus. Yeah, if you get an OtterBox and put an OtterBox case on a phone, it makes it a lot easier to handle. It's a little bit more bulky, which for me is much easier to hold on to. Okay, so the green in the tree is showing up. Now, when Casey was really young, I used to always do our Christmas tree with red and silver. Oh no. I have had that issue working on like getting phone cases on and off, hitting buttons, but thankfully I have never made a call. Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to save the day like that, Reaper. Don't be making unnecessary phone calls like that, that's for sure. Let's see, I'm going to move my page over just a little bit. I want to continue with the base of this tree. Well, when I got my camera zoomed in like this, I have to move it so far to actually get everything on screen. Now I'm hitting all this tree with a light green for right now, then we'll come back over it with a darker color in areas where we need it. I'm just wanting to get some color down. Okay, Dee Dee, thank you. God bless you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. We will be trying Farming Simulator tonight. Hopefully it's going to work. I may not actually have to put a darker color on here. This may work out pretty good just like this. That went too far. Now, what I wish I could do was put names on these packages, but there are too many of them, and I have too many subscribers to actually list everybody. So you guys just have to assume you have a gift under this tree. Well, there is a lot of this that has to be colored. Well, thank you, Sherry. All right, let's pull the camera up just a little bit more. Oh, it's really stiff. Yeah, something about like that. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Reaper. Just about got the tree finished. I think I'll come up here to the top and start working my way back down with it. I thought this tree might be a little bit more difficult, but it's looking pretty good. Now, I did think that tree would be a little more difficult. And that may not actually need any of these other colors, quite frankly. Let me see if I can add a little bit of dark, some shading. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, it certainly does help having that grayscale to show me where shadows go. Although I am getting better, I don't really know if there's anything I can do on here other than mess it up, really. I don't know how I'm going to make it any darker. It's already dark. I don't think I like that green either. Yeah, that's not the right shade of green. Let me see, maybe this one. Let me see what this one does. I just test it in a very small spot. That way, if it's not right, we won't notice it later. I think we're probably better off just leaving it alone. I'll add a little bit of color maybe. I'm not going to put a lot of that in there though, because I'm going to end up messing it up. But I will put some in a few different areas. I might be better off not even doing that part, because I don't really think it needs it. Now you guys will have to let me know if you can tell any difference, because I don't really know. I'm just adding a little bit of this darker color in a few places. Thank you, Sherry. I'm just going to add this darker green just in a few spots here and there. I'm using two different greens, Reaper. I'm just, I got all the bright green done. I'm just going in now and just adding just a little bit of shading, but it won't have much of that either. It doesn't need it. I'm just going to darken up some of these needles just a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out a few little spots to add a little bit of this darker green. I'm not going to use a lot of this darker green, just in a couple of spots, a few little areas, just like I make. Right, Sherry, I agree. So I'm just going to add just a little bit here and there, not a lot. I actually don't think I need too much more of this other green in here. I'm just wanting a little bit of variety of color in this tree. Doesn't need a lot. I really don't even know if it's noticeable. It might not be, that's okay. You would add yet another green, or whereabouts? I don't know where to put another green on this grayscale. It doesn't mean I can't look at it and see what we could do. Maybe we could throw some other color. Let me see if I can come up with a different green. Sometimes it's real hard for me to find the right colors. Let me see. Maybe we could throw a little bit of spring green here and there, just to see what happens, but not very much. But that'll be between these. But it's kind of the wrong green, I think. But let's see. Let me see if I can add just right here, just to see what this is going to look like. I can probably throw a little bit of this in here. I am adding a little bit of spring green. It's hard to get it to show up on all the darker color though. But we will add a little bit of spring green in here. In a place or two, just to, we'll know it's there even if it doesn't show up real well. I don't really know that we can see that much that I have these varying colors in here, shades of green in here, but what's got up off the top of the camera right there. Let me see if I can pull it back down. Just go in a place or two, throw in some of this spring green. Maybe we could come right here, throw in a little bit. Now, I hope you guys can see varying shades of green in there. Reaper, I like your suggestion of this third color. Just a little touch here and there. No, thank you for suggesting it. I think maybe we have a completed Christmas tree here, guys. It's okay, Reaper. That's not looking too bad right there. I'm kind of liking that right there. Now I'm still trying to decide, do I want to do a thumbnail that's going to be this part? Maybe I should do the thumbnail that shows what I have done. I want to get an idea of what I'm going to do with these block right here, and I'm not real sure what I'm going to do with those. I have just learning how to do thumbnails. I use a YouTube thumbnail creator. I think I might have covered up what was supposed to be a Christmas ornament hanging on this tree, but it didn't really look like that till after I colored over it. But that's okay, I colored over the ribbon right there too. Let me see if I can figure something out for the blocks. Kind of just want to go with some, I think, different grays. Slate gray, light gray. And what other color of gray might we have? We need something dark, but that's already dark. Slate gray is pretty dark. Yeah, there are several thumbnail makers you can use, Reaper. I just use YouTube's. Thank you, Sherry. I'm going to see if I can't come up with a little bit of something for these blocks right here. So we will actually just zoom in for a second. Now I just want to start right down here And I think I'm going to be doing these blocks, some in gray, some in more of a like a brownish color maybe. I haven't decided yet. I don't know what's going to work. I'll just do a couple of blocks here just to see what it's going to look like. Yeah, we'll take a look and see what this is doing for us. Well, I don't know that we can see the block that good. I may have to come back over it with like some brown. But for right now, I wonder if I could do that grout in black. Maybe we'll just use a different gray. Yeah, I'll just use a different gray right here for these grout lines, like that, like that. All right, guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave it sit for today. And then I'll use this picture as the thumbnail for this live stream. I think our tree looks pretty good. Hi, TK. Just getting finished up for the day. I think that's true too. I get more of it colored in, it will look better. I agree with that, Sherry. All right, guys. Yeah, TK, I will be coloring the ornaments with different colors. We'll just have to see how that works out for us. But we'll leave it sit right here. Oh, Darren. Yeah, I think it'll look nice. We'll use varying colors of bulbs on that, of Christmas ornaments. It's got a star, some ribbon, some other little things that I don't know exactly what they are, but that's okay. But anyway, I'll make this the thumbnail. I'll redo it and I'll make this the thumbnail. But guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope everybody has a great day. And we'll do it again on Friday. Oh, Reaper. Okay. I was going to say I hadn't seen that name in here. All of a sudden, there it was. But we're going to leave it sit right here, guys. We'll do it again on Friday. Until then, God bless.